I'll create an opinion or some kind of a point of view based on my own life, my own experience as a parent.
The confrontation between Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin on The View began innocently enough during a routine segment, but quickly turned into one of the show's most talked about moments. For years, Joy had been known for her sharp wit, quick comebacks, and unwavering commitment to fostering open, albeit provocative, dialogue. Sunny, on the other hand, built her reputation as a steadfast advocate for social justice, frequently tackling systemic racism and historical injustices with moral clarity. Their dynamic had always been one of mutual respect, despite occasional differences. However, tensions surfaced unexpectedly when Sunny's personal life became intertwined with the show's broader discussions.
My own experience as a person in the industry, and then we go from there.
The spark for the confrontation originated from a shocking genealogical revelation Sunny had learned on PBS Finding Your Roots. Researchers on the show disclosed that one of her ancestors, a third great-grandfather, had been a slaveholder. The discovery was startling, especially for someone whose public image centered on dismantling systemic oppression. Sunny's initial reaction to the news, describing it as a fact of life, became a lightning rod for criticism. Many viewers, including some of her staunchest supporters, were disappointed by what they perceived as an uncharacteristically dismissive response. Critics, particularly on social media, accused Sunny of hypocrisy, questioning how someone so vocal about historical accountability could downplay such a significant revelation within her own family history.
You know, I have this huge platform on The View, and I just started thinking about giving voice to the voiceless.
The backlash only grew when Greg Gutfeld of Fox News dissected Sunny's reaction on his show. Gutfeld accused her of selective outrage, contrasting her willingness to critique others' historical connections to systemic racism with her seemingly indifferent acknowledgement of her ancestors' actions. This commentary sparked further scrutiny, thrusting Sunny into the center of a broader cultural debate about accountability, privilege, and the complexities of ancestry in discussions of race. In the midst of this public storm, The View itself faced additional scrutiny. Melania Trump, the former First Lady, had recently announced a $100 million lawsuit alleging defamation and damage to her reputation. Although the specifics of the lawsuit were initially vague, media speculation quickly connected it to The View and its critical commentary about Melania during her time in the White House. What had been a separate issue soon became intertwined with Sunny's controversies, setting the stage for a dramatic live confrontation. Joy's response was as measured as it was sharp. She reminded Sunny of the importance of open dialogue and pointed out how The View had consistently provided a platform for her to speak against racial injustice.
That's unbelievable. But this is inspired by the summer that you spend at the beach with your family. So
the exchange was tense but riveting, leaving the audience divided in their reactions. For many, it highlighted the delicate balance of fostering candid discussions while navigating personal and professional boundaries. Sunny Hostin's career has been defined by her bold and unflinching critiques of systemic injustice. As a former prosecutor and journalist, she brought a unique perspective to her role on The View, often challenging both her co-hosts and guests to confront uncomfortable truths. Her stance on racial inequality, historical accountability, and the legacy of slavery positioned her as a moral authority for many viewers. However, the revelations about her ancestry disrupted that image, creating a complicated narrative that threatened to undermine her credibility.
So what is it like to share that time with your children?
It's amazing. I mean, there are only 3 places in the country where Black folks were allowed to summer on the beach.
The PBS episode of Finding Your Roots was expected to celebrate Sunny's lineage, showcasing the resilience and achievements of her ancestors. Instead, the discovery that her third great-grandfather was a slaveholder exposed a contradiction that neither Sunny nor her audience had anticipated. Her reaction, dismissing it as a fact of life, tied to the historical context, felt incongruent with the passionate critiques she often leveled at others. Criticism came swiftly and from all sides. Social media, particularly platforms like Twitter and Instagram, erupted with commentary. Fans and detractors alike debated whether Sunny's reaction was appropriate, given her public persona. Many argued that her dismissal of the revelation was hypocritical, pointing out that she had often demanded accountability from public figures for their historical connections to oppression. Others defended Sunny, emphasizing the personal nature of genealogical discoveries and the difficulty of processing such information in real time. The controversy was further inflamed by media coverage, particularly on conservative outlets like Fox News. Greg Gutfeld's analysis was particularly scathing, accusing Sunny of moral inconsistency. By framing her reaction as emblematic of selective outrage, Gutfeld amplified the backlash and cemented Sunny's genealogical revelation as a cultural flashpoint. This episode also raised broader questions about how public figures navigate personal history in the age of social media. Ancestry is inherently complex, often revealing uncomfortable truths that challenge our understanding of identity and legacy. For Sunny, the challenge was compounded by her public platform and the moral authority she wielded. Her response, or lack thereof, became a focal point for debates about accountability, privilege, and the intersection of personal and public life. The controversy also had significant implications for The View. Producers reportedly worried about how Sunny's personal controversy might affect the show's dynamic and viewership. The show's audience spans a wide political spectrum, and any misstep could alienate key demographics. Behind the scenes, there were discussions about how to address the fallout without exacerbating tensions among the co-hosts. Ultimately, Sunny's genealogical revelation and the ensuing backlash served as a reminder of the complexities of public advocacy. As someone who had built her career on confronting systemic injustice, she now faced the difficult task of reconciling her family's history with her public persona. Whether viewed as hypocritical or human, Sunny's response highlighted the challenges of navigating personal accountability in the public eye. As Sunny Hostin faced backlash over her genealogical revelations, another controversy emerged, this time involving Melania Trump. The former First Lady announced a $100 million defamation lawsuit, alleging that various individuals and media outlets had made damaging and defamatory statements about her. While initially unrelated, media commentators and public discourse began to link this lawsuit to Sunny and The View, further escalating tensions. The connection between Sunny's controversy and Melania's lawsuit was amplified by conservative media, particularly Fox News. Commentator Greg Gutfeld seized the opportunity to weave the two narratives together. On his show, Gutfeld argued that both controversies exemplified what he described as the selective outrage and double standards of liberal media. He accused The View and its co-hosts, particularly Sunny, of fostering a culture of unverified speculation and moral posturing. Gutfeld's commentary framed Melania as a figure taking a bold stand against media slander, while portraying Sunny as hypocritical for failing to confront her family's past while freely critiquing others. The timing of the lawsuit added fuel to the fire. The View had been critical of Melania Trump throughout her tenure as First Lady, frequently discussing her actions, public image, and controversies. In her lawsuit, Melania alleged that unfounded commentary had caused significant damage to her reputation. While the lawsuit did not explicitly name The View, the show's history of discussing Melania made it an easy target for speculation. Conservative outlets were quick to suggest that the show's tone and commentary had contributed to the broader media environment that Melania was challenging. For Sunny, the lawsuit compounded the challenges she was already facing. Critics questioned her credibility, accusing her of hypocrisy for denouncing systemic injustices while allegedly contributing to the type of speculative discourse she often condemned. The intertwining of the two controversies created a narrative that was difficult to disentangle. As media coverage intensified, Sunny became a lightning rod for debates about accountability, privilege, and the ethical responsibilities of public figures. Behind the scenes, The View's producers reportedly grew concerned about the potential fallout. Advertisers were said to be uneasy about the growing controversies surrounding the show, and there were discussions about how best to navigate the situation. Some within the production team argued for addressing the lawsuit and genealogical revelations head-on, while others believed that doing so might exacerbate tensions and invite further scrutiny. Melania's lawsuit also reignited broader debates about free speech and the role of media in public discourse. Supporters of the lawsuit argued that public figures, including talk show hosts, have a responsibility to ensure their commentary is fair, accurate, and free from defamation. Critics, however, viewed the lawsuit as an attempt to stifle free expression and intimidate media outlets. This tension mirrored larger societal debates about the boundaries of public discourse and the balance between accountability and freedom of speech. The intertwining of Sunny's controversy and Melania's lawsuit underscored the complexities of modern media. For The View, the stakes were high. The show's reputation as a platform for candid and thought-provoking discussions was at risk, as was its relationship with its diverse audience. For Sunny, the challenges were even more personal. She now faced the task of defending her integrity and navigating a public narrative that cast her as both a victim and a perpetrator of media scrutiny. In the court of public opinion, the narratives surrounding Melania's lawsuit and Sunny's genealogical revelations became a litmus test for broader cultural debates. What responsibilities do public figures have to their audiences? How should media outlets balance open dialogue with ethical considerations? And to what extent should individuals be held accountable for the actions of their ancestors or for their contributions to controversial discussions? These questions, while not new, took on renewed urgency in the wake of these high-profile controversies. As the media frenzy continued, it became clear that the fallout would not be limited to Sunny or The View. The controversies surrounding Melania's lawsuit and Sunny's genealogy had far-reaching implications for how public figures, media outlets, and audiences navigate the complex interplay of personal accountability, public discourse, and cultural expectations. The simmering tensions between Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin came to a head during a live segment on The View. The topic of the day was legal challenges faced by public figures, including Melania Trump's lawsuit. What began as a routine discussion quickly unraveled into an unexpectedly personal exchange that left the audience riveted and divided. As the co-hosts discussed the implications of Melania's lawsuit, Sunny made a cryptic remark that seemed to implicate Joy in the controversy. She suggested that certain narratives pushed by the show, particularly Joy's comedic commentary, might have provided ammunition for individuals like Melania to pursue legal action. Although she stopped short of directly blaming Joy, the implication was clear enough to elicit a reaction. Joy, visibly surprised, immediately asked Sunny to clarify her comments. The tension in the room was palpable, as the audience and fellow co-hosts sensed that a line had been crossed. Sunny hesitated but ultimately doubled down, stating that excessive speculation and humor on the show could have fueled the controversies surrounding the lawsuit. The remark was not just an attack on Joy's approach, but also a critique of the show's broader editorial style. Joy's response was as sharp as it was controlled. She calmly but firmly defended her role on the show, emphasizing the importance of fostering open dialogue and challenging societal norms. Joy reminded Sunny that The View had consistently provided her with a platform to address issues of systemic injustice, and that the show's discussions, while provocative, were always rooted in a commitment to meaningful conversation. The exchange was both riveting and revealing. It exposed the underlying tensions between the co-hosts and highlighted the challenges of navigating personal accountability in a public forum. For Joy, the confrontation was an opportunity to reassert her commitment to open dialogue and defend her approach to tackling controversial topics. For Sunny, it was a moment of vulnerability as she grappled with the dual pressures of personal scrutiny and professional expectations. What's your take on Sunny's reaction to her genealogical revelation? Do you think Joy's comments crossed a line, or were they justified? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the latest controversies and the drama unfolding on The View, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful breakdowns, trending stories, and behind-the-scenes analysis of your favorite shows and public figures. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. There's always more to explore.